Uh-huh. Okay. Format, font, 72.
Where'd it go?
Hey, boom.
Oh, you already chose the order.
No, it's from last time.
Oh, we're following the same order.
You don't have to.
Not mine.
You guys just want to use the same order?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm with it.
All right, cool. Hold on. Where is Discord? Discord's right here. Open soundboard.
Thank you for that. I appreciated it. I now feel welcome.
It was hype. We were hyping up the start.
It's so fucking hype.
IceBourne tier list. Woo! As you can see, I cleared out the other tier list except for Dodogama. We're gonna do a separate tier list. Place them respectively within the IceBourne monsters. All rules still apply. Blah blah blah. Yeah. We're gonna use the same order as last time, except I would like to throw out this. Can I put 2 monsters at the start right now, and I'll just skip like my next 3 turns? Because I think there are 2 monsters that I am the only one that fought.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, then yeah. I guess you would be. Sure, I'm okay with that if that's the case. Because yeah, I won't have much to say.
I know exactly what monster you're.
There
you're
are
just
2
thinking of.
monsters that I believe I'm the only one that have fought. And if not at least fought, I'm the only one in this party that has beaten. Is that okay?
I mean, I think you could do it. I don't think we have to
Yeah, we don't have to
skip your turn.
All right. So this will
Yeah.
be my first turn then.
Okay.
So Eletrion,
I fought Eletrion.
did you
I
beat him?
Not
Did you
No, I
beat
never
him?
beat him. I never beat him.
Okay.
I'm a
Josh,
fake
did you beat it?
monster.
no.
Because I know for a fact we have not beaten this as a group together.
Nope,
Th- This is factual.
Josh?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I've fought them.
And then where the fuck? Where the
Oh,
fuck?
it's bottom left. Bottom left.
Oh. And Fatalist.
Fat Alice.
Fat Alice.
To be fair, I have fun.
I
It's just not in world.
In this game, though, it's a thing.
Yeah, no.
So in
No.
this game.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So these are the last 2 Elder Dragons that were added into IceBourne before the game went under. I would put both of these in S tier. Both of these monsters were like, here is the final skill check. Here is the final like optimization check for this game. These are literally the 2 hardest monsters to fight at the end of IceBourne, aside from like Behemoth maybe, but that doesn't count. Eletrion is such a cool monster. It controls every single like element, right? Like thunder, water, fire, ice. Does it control ice too?
Dude, I don't know.
All right. Well, I think it controls every single element and uses every single element in battle. So you have to play around it, and it's such a super fun fight. And like I said, it's a skill check near the end of the game. So, unless you're playing the game, you're not going to get through to this monster.
Now Eletrion does have ice.
Does it have ice? Cool. Eletrion is also a skill check to go into the next fight, which is Fatalis. Is this like the original like boss monster, Andy? Do you know?
I don't know, but
I remember it being introduced as the Monster Hunter 1 Elder Dragon. As
yeah,
in the
it's the
eldest
Elder
dragon.
The eldest dragon. So Fatalis is cool. You fight him in Castle Shrade. I think that's the correct castle name. it's these two are like JRPG bosses where they have like very specialized phases. Fatalis more so. It's just super sick fight, super sick monster. The armor and weapon at the end of it all, fantastic. This is where you make your dream sets. This is where dreams come true. This is the end game. These are the end game. They deserve to be up here and in this order specifically.
So I have a counterpoint.
Yes.
I'm reading here in a note saying Fatalis was voted 8th place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during
Okay.
Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
So I'm okay with it being there. There just has to be 7 monsters above Fatalis.
Okay.
That's my. I'm okay with you placing it, but that's my rule for today
Okay.
because it's the 8th place
Okay.
Hunter's Choice.
All right.
It can't. There has to be at least 7 monsters above it.
Wait,
There's
in
one.
IceBourne or?
We have one.
We have one.
No, I think your points are. I mean, from what I know from trailers and the minimal content I've consumed, it sounds about right.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. I've got no complaints.
I
I've
have
never
no right
fought
to.
them.
I have no
These
right
two
to
also,
complain.
they have their own special arena to fight them in. Is also super sick.
I like that.
I like that.
They got my vote.
Actually, no. I did fight Elatrion.
You did say that.
No, sorry, I did beat Elatrion
Okay.
because I remember having access to Fatalis.
Did you beat Electrion a
I
second
didn't.
time?
I did not.
Okay, then you did not have access to Fatalis.
Oh, you had to fight him twice.
You have to fight him twice.
Okay. Then
Would you
I
like
only
some
beat him once.
trivia
Sure.
about Elatrion or sorry, Fatalis in Monster Hunter 1? To unlock Fatalis, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. To unlock Fatalis, all online quests from 1 star to 6 star had to be completed, and it is believed that 100 large monster kills were also needed to unlock it.
Cool.
You had 9 carves available from Fatalis.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, it's
Um,
huge.
let's see.
I think I had like 5 cards at the end of the world. I'm not
For
sure.
world.
I believe it says 6 in Iceborne.
Okay.
Yes. And then Fatalis can no longer be fought because it was online only and the server was shut down. Therefore, I guess that's why it's kind of a big deal, it coming back.
That came back. Cool.
Oh, in Monster Hunter
This is-
1?
In Monster Hunter, so Monster Hunter 1, it's lost now because it's online only. It's like online only raid.
Gotcha.
So it came back in Freedom to Unite.
Yeah, but it
Ultimate.
wasn't the same.
But I think it sounds like Iceborne was like the true return of.
Yeah, it wasn't. It
Fatalis.
wasn't very hard in Unite or Freedom. Excuse me.
Yeah, Fatalis also has a 30-minute time limit on it. So it makes it even fucking harder.
Alrighty.
Alright.
I think
Oh,
I'll take my
good.
turn now, right?
Yeah.
Brachydios. Let's put our boxer boy straight to S tier.
S tier.
Um,
Well,
I
let's
think
get it
I'll-
started.
I'll put it behind at the end, so to the right of Latrion, just to get started here. Brachydios is super cool. All right, Monster Hunter, was it 3? Origin coming
Yes.
back into World here. Very cool concept. I really like his theme. He has a great theme. I like that he has a cool gimmick of his mucus hands, right? I think it's a cool monster that I never fought in the earlier games, but I'm glad that he was in Iceborne, and I think he's a fun fight. And yeah, I think he's just an overall solid kind of brute wyvern that I like to fight.
I like how Brachydios, specifically because I haven't played older Monster Hunter games, like I can tell that this monster was designed in an older game. Because just how, like, I don't want to say cartoony, but it does have like the color scheme to make it seem that way. Because in World, right, everything seems a bit more
Grounded.
grounded, and then Brachydios is just all over the place.
Yeah, like even just with color scheme, right?
Yeah.
Like the blue and the snot green.
Now, question: are these two different enough to separate them? Raging Brachydios.
I think you can bundle them together.
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Raging
Um,
Brachydios is better than Brachydios, though.
you think so?
Do you remember fighting Raging Brachydios, and then when you're about to kill it, it creates an arena?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that? I think
That's pretty sick. Yeah, that's right.
I think that puts it over the top for Brachydios.
God.
Like
I
it is
remember
it is
always having trouble with
peak.
Brachydios, both of them.
Like,
Like no matter what armor or sets I had, I was always like, okay, I need to lock in at least a little bit, or I'm not finishing this hunt.
Yeah, you can't like autopilot Brachydios. You have to like really
Yeah.
focus.
yeah, Raging Brachydios, when he's on his final legs, he's like, fuck that. No one is running from this fight. Puts up a
Yeah.
fucking arena, and it's fucking hands.
And
Well,
no
yeah.
traps.
Fucking Thunderdome.
Oh, that's right, no traps.
No traps.
No
When
traps.
he's in final mode.
I like that point that you brought up earlier about like him being part of an older game
Hmm.
because like he's purely gameplay and gimmick, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he's purely designed for you to learn and have a very fun fight. He is definitely gameplay first, mechanics first,
Mm-hmm.
over kind of
Aesthetics.
world building
Right.
aesthetics.
Yeah.
But it also to me nails the aesthetics of that boxer which feel. So I think that's pretty cool.
No complaints here.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Brachydios. Brachydios.
Very cool monster. I'm with it.
Am I next?
Yeah.
Can I see the list?
I'll do this though. I think.
I'm fine with that. So another one of my returning favorites, Barioth. Either form. I want to put that in A. I only want to put it in A because the fight's a little annoying because he flies so damn much. But design-wise, I believe it came from either Monster Hunter Freedom or Freedom Unite.
Must
I
be
mean,
two, right, with Tigrex.
yeah, I think it came in with Tigrex, so Freedom Unite then. I love the concept of a saber-tooth tiger dragon, like flying around, like moving like a Nargacuga, but like still its own, not its own skeletons, but per se, but like it has its own very special moveset. Like it's kind of like Nargacuga mixed with shit. What's the elder dragon from base that has the wind? I can't remember all of a sudden.
Kushala.
Yeah, mixing with Kushala Daora in the fight, where it's like it's almost annoying, but like once you kill it, it's so satisfying. Um, Playing with a hammer, it was super satisfying to break its teeth for me.
Damn.
And the I like the aesthetics from the weapons. I think specifically, I want to say it's the dual blades where you use his fangs as the blade. So like you have this cool color contrast of like the icy white blue like base weapon with this like bright orange blade. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, that's my argument for Barioth and A.
Barioth is Monster Hunter 3, by the way.
Is it 3? Oh shit, really?
Looking up right now. Yep.
Okay, then I'm misremembering who I fought in Freedom Unite, but okay.
But yeah, I like breaking his teeth. He's got big teeths that
Big-
are they're fun to break. Yep. I kind of agree with what you're saying. And I agree kind of dipping him down to A because he just jumps
Why?
all over the place. And especially in Iceborne in particular, his arena is in that open ice lake area.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little too open. I wish he was in a little more enclosed space so it's not too overwhelming. So yeah, I think you kind of nailed it.
Anyone else?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Mom walked in.
That's alright.
You're cool.
Barioth still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least for Barioth, or regular form Barioth, I have to give it the credit that it made me take a break from IceBourne for like 3 months because it
Oh my
kicked my
God.
ass.
Oh, because you had trouble with it. That's
I
right.
had trouble with it. And it's not that I had trouble with it. I was too stubborn to change out of my high rank armor, and Barioth was the first monster that made me
Oh,
want
Oh, is
to
it the
change.
first G
It's-
rank?
It's the first like skill check
Yeah.
monster. Yeah,
yeah.
like
it's
true skill check.
Yeah. Is
So-
Tigrex before or after?
Tigrex
It's
is
before.
after.
Should be after.
It should be after.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, it gets the credit that it put me out of the business, and then I think because I was playing Iceborne on my own for a bit, and then everybody else was like, "Oh, it's time to play Monster Hunter again." So I was like, "Fuck it!" Now I have to make some changes. So that's all I say about Barioth.
I really literally have nothing else to add about Barioth.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll probably. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, moving on. I believe Josh, you're next.
It's been such a long time. Is it the Namiel or
Nemiel, yeah.
Nemiel. Yeah, Elder Dragon.
I want to put it. I want to put it in like A. Because I don't know. I really like how it looks. Like it's all ethereally and like eldritchy. I never had. It wasn't. I probably I had trouble with it the first time, but every time after that, it was pretty easygoing, which usually isn't like sort of
Out.
what.
Coco.
Oh, and I really like the way the armor looks. I think it's kind of cool. I
Jellyfish
don't remember.
dragon.
Jellyfish
Yeah,
armor.
the jellyfish dragon. Yeah. I don't remember much about the weapons, but I like the way it moved around in combat. I like that it's widespread, like water sort of attack. And I like using. I think you have to use like flame pods to get rid of it or something. I can't quite remember.
Something like that.
I think
Yeah.
so. Some sort of pod.
And I would say yeah, in front of the Barioths. Okay, for me personally.
Nemiel is like the monster that you like have to fight in the Guiding Lands because you need its material. Specifically tempered Namiel in the Guiding Lands, you needed its material to augment your weapons to have lifesteal.
Yep.
So like this was the monster that everybody and their
Wanted to
mother
fight.
was hunting. So like I've seen a lot of this monster. It's cool. I like it. Very squishy, as in like the noises it makes.
Yeah.
Namiel's pretty squishy.
Great addition to the Elder Dragons. Right, because it's the Iceborne original.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
do,
cool.
I do
didn't know
find
that.
it extremely annoying though. I will admit that I find it extremely annoying to fight.
I like the fight. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's my playstyle, but
Mm.
I found it not too hard.
I think I
Alright.
just don't like water. I don't like water effects.
Fair enough.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she has like a water laser beam, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's kind of pretty much. And doesn't she spin around in a circle, kind of?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she wasn't a terrible fight. I think A is a good spot because I think it's pretty unique. It's what I'll say is it's not what you expect out of a water type wyvern, because when you think water, you think fish guy or you think sponge dude, right? It's kind of obvious, and Namiel kind of being that jellyfishy thing, and right, it's kind of unique for world, I think.
Right. Because
I think
it's
World
a
did it-
water monster out of water too.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Correct.
But it's
It's,
also a dual type.
Right. I just think it's unexpected. It's unexpected even for world. So I think it's cool in A.
Yeah, it's got
Cool.
a pretty unique design for a world monster too. Like world
Oh, sorry, I just remembered. It wasn't torch pods. It gave a use for the fucking glow pods, the little spongy glow pods.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah. It would suck
right.
out the water.
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I always pick up those glow pods. It's like, oh well, this is useless.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna shoot at the monster because it's funny.
All right. I believe Roz, we're back to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a monster that I don't like very specifically don't like. I mean, Black Veil Valhazak is just Valhazak,
Yeah. It was just a harder Valhazak.
but it
I
looks
don't-
cooler, so I'll put it in C.
That's exactly where the other one ended up.
Did
Yeah.
it?
We'll see if it
Yeah.
stays.
I do think, the black veil over it makes it better in design, but it's still the same monster and it's fucking dumb. I don't like this.
It's a little more
monster.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the design. I don't like the fight.
Yeah, I think
So-
that was the exact opposite. Not surprising. Exact argument. Not surprising for the normal one.
So yeah, I think Valhazak. I'll put Black Veil at C. Nicely put it at C, unless anybody wants to put it somewhere else.
No.
I like the upgraded weapon that you get from it, because it turns because I think the original Valhazak weapons were typically white, and it turned them red.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it looked pretty cool.
I don't think the Switch X had a Valhazak weapon,
No, that's unfortunate.
so I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I know what they look like.
Yeah.
Black Veil Hazak was voted 105th place in the Hunter's Choice for top
No
monster
way.
during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
So you
So not
expect
very
to
high.
see 104 monsters above this?
104 monsters should be ahead of it. Yeah, I think it's a good spot. I think it's boring, and I think it's a lazy upgrade.
Right.
Yeah. I don't
Like, I
remember
g-
if it brought anything new to Valhazak.
If it did, it wasn't noticeable.
To
Was
be
it more
honest, I
Rubium?
think this was an easier fight because I think they did something with the effluvia that made it easier to get around, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, they didn't show up in the Rotten Vale. They showed up in the forest, right? Or isn't that the quest? Because they were.
Yeah, I think it shows up
Yeah.
in the forest.
So yeah, I think it was like somewhat of an easier fight with the exclusive mechanic, but the monster move itself was a bit harder than Valhazak.
And
Still a
apparently,
boring
I
fight.
don't remember this, but it starts off blind because there's so much gunk on its face.
Yeah.
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 Does that help kind of contribute
Not
to
really.
it being easy? Okay.
I think it just sniffs you out when you fight.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Gotcha.
it still sees you, quote unquote, sees you when you fight.
But flashpads don't work on it.
No.
Whatever.
It's just a
Um,
fancy
Not my
Kizu.
job.
I think C is good because I what I'll say is I think it is a cool variant because you could have easily went tempered Valhazak or raging Valhazak, but then you kind of gave its own unique variant. So I think at the very least they gave it some love in that
Right.
regard. So I mean just by the name makes it a little hardcore,
Black Veil.
but as a monster itself, it's fine.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, are you ready
there-
for a monster that we can all agree is?
Oh what
Oh
happened?
fuck!
What'd you
Oh
do?
no, I don't know.
Hit back.
Oh,
Did you add a new tab? You just added a new tab.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
back.
Oh
No.
no!
Where's the tier at? Oh,
Oh,
here it is.
here we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
All right, we're fine.
everything's good.
Thank God
Okay.
for candies.
Sorry.
all right. Coral Puke Puke can go straight to D.
Shit.
Yep.
You don't
I
like
mean-
Fuke?
It's just water based, right?
It's just water.
It's just a water Fuke.
I think honestly, it's a downgrade.
I
Downgrade.
Huge
Oh,
downgrade.
this isn't my pick, so I'll save what I have to say afterwards.
Terrible colors, purple ass tongue, this Willy Wonka ass monster. Come on, man. Why would you take our beautiful boy Puke Puke and turn him into a fucking clown with a big fat ass? And you took away his cool poison gimmick and you just made him a squirter. You
Yes,
know?
sir. Yes,
He
sir.
just squirts out water. So he does like the Namiel water beam, but like worse.
Out of his ass.
Out of its ass,
Wait,
right? Now
but
Puke
the
Puke,
coral Puke shows up before you even see Namail.
yeah,
It
that's
did
right.
it first.
He did it first and ruined the surprise. So
did it
you took our
first and
goofy ass
worse.
weird boy that was charming and you just made him literally disgusting. His pink fleshy dick tail squirting all over the place where the Puke Puke should have, you know, should have just went a little more hardcore. I think it's a terrible variant. It doesn't enhance the monster. It just makes him a lot more gross, and I maybe that's the point, but it's just not great. It takes the idea of that I was talking about the Namiel is like, oh, this is what you wouldn't expect from a water dragon, and then it takes you,
Oh, this is exactly
is
what
this
I
what you is this what a water dragon would be like? And Coral Puke Puke just kind of pisses me off.
Okay, but
Rebuttal.
I think that it's very cool that in the Coral Highlands that it is a monster that interacts with the environment. Because it like goes into the little spots on the ground, drinks that water and uses it to shoot at you.
The original Puke Puke does that too.
Does it?
Yeah.
'Cause he
Yeah.
eats the flower.
He eats like poison mushrooms.
Oh,
or some
yeah,
I
he
shit.
eats flower
forgot.
mushrooms. Yeah,
I forgot. All right.
Or yeah, he eats the flower. The
it's like the pitcher plant
bell.
with
Pitcher
poison.
plant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I
he'll eat the
see.
scatter nuts too and throw those at you.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it
don't
changes.
remember this.
It'll change like what his projectile attack does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They die too fast. I couldn't tell.
I don't want him to drink the water from the ground, literal ground water, and having him piss on you right afterwards. That's not.
Does he
That's not the
drink it or does he absorb it with his tail? I can't remember.
He drinks it.
He drinks
Okay,
it.
yeah, he's just fucking pissing on me, dude. I don't fucking hate
yeah.
that.
He's just a piss boy.
Ain't
Can
nothing
we
wrong
make-
with the piss boy.
Can we make a piss boy?
No, there's a lot of things wrong with piss boy.
It's
You
called I
want
hate
to know his ranking? I'll tell you his ranking.
What is his ranking?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
By the way, are all the other monsters ranked as well? Since we're
I
going with
think
rankings.
I think so.
And
So
this
the
is
Coral
all
Puke Puke
monsters.
was voted 175th.
Ooh,
That's
place
pretty
in the Hunter's
good.
Choice of top monster during the Monster Hunter 20th anniversary.
That's
how many
pretty
monsters
good.
are there?
Is it?
Out of this is out of 229.
Damn, that's pretty good.
I think so.
That's pretty
He's
good.
better than 100 others, so maybe.
We'll see.
Where do the other boys rank then? Since we're giving out
Oh
rankings.
boy.
Are you curious? Okay.
Yeah, I am now.
Let's see.
Okay, if it's
Dodogama's at 31.
Nice.
That's unfortunate because there's no way there's gonna be 30 more monsters in front of Dodogama.
Alatrion's 10.
You can just pick the higher rating of the.
Raki is 17.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think they do. Raging is 22.
Okay.
Nami is 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
Barryoth is 70 and 89. Frostfang's at 89.
Oh.
All right.
Val's at 55, and then Blackveil's at 105. And then, Coral's at 175.
All right.
And
So
just for reference, 228 at the very bottom is the Steel Uragon.
Oh.
A variant of the Uragon?
4. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from 4.
Gross.
I think. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. My turn. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I get Zenogre or Stygian? Either or. Can I get those up in? Let me get those right next to Bracky. In S, please. So this, was it a box? No, it was not a box monster.
Not a box.
It was not a box
I
monster,
think
but
it was a surprise monster.
it was a surprise monster in Try. Honestly, I think it's super sick because it's one of the few fanged wyverns out there that are cool. I mean, aside from someone that else is on the list that we'll get to later. But yeah, I think like this wolf dog dragon thing that like uses the fucking fleas on its back to produce electricity.
While
Or-
fucking dancing aggressively at you.
Yeah, while doing fucking swanton bombs at your ass. Like super sick, like super iconic armor. From older gens at least. Like there's no way you can go wrong with this mon, I don't think. So I think it deserves to be up in the upper tiers. That's my 2 cents. Armor. I said armor. Weapons. Kind of cool too. Not as cool as the armor sets, I don't think. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about Zinogre.
Zinogre is one of my favorite monsters of all time. I personally think he's top of S, possibly even Dodo tier.
Oh shit.
And I'll just play my cards here. The Zinogre is the number 1 of the 20th anniversary Hunter's Choice top monster pool.
Oh wow.
Zinogre, you kind of took it out, right? You kind of said everything. I think he overall, I think he captures the essence of Monster Hunter really well. I think his theme is probably my favorite theme. Bum,
It's so
bum,
sick.
ba-dum, bum, bum, right?
It's so sick.
When he shows up, it's awesome. Now, what I'll say to just kind of bring it back into context of World, does he do anything in World that's anything in particular outside of, that makes
Other
it stand
Monster
out in
Hunters.
World? I don't recall, right? I don't remember him being, like especially good in World or in Iceborne. In fact, I remember him more in Rise for some reason. I just maybe because it's the setting that makes him
I
better.
think he might fit into the Rise setting a little more.
His
Right.
design, I stepped away, but I can only imagine Andy said good things about Zinogre. But in Rise, he has a lot more personality per se in that game than
Maybe his
World.
animations are a little bit more animated, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So I think I would like to personally put him at the top of S at this point in time.
Top of S.
Top of S, right? I think for his gameplay, where he turns into a little ball. I think Andy was talking about like the fleas turning into little, electric bug fleas, right? I think his theme is one of the best themes in the entire series. And so even though he may not stand out in Iceborne, he is a 100% welcomed return and still just a solid monster. So
You don't think he stands out in Iceborne?
I don't remember anything in particular to me. Do you remember anything that like made
I
him stand out
feel
gimmick wise?
Well,
gimmick wise, no, but I feel like he fit really well in the ice area.
yeah.
Like he felt like he belonged there.
Because for me, I'm a new Monster Hunter player. World is my first game. I like the canine-esque kind of monsters. So to me, like even without any gimmick, I see a Zinogre and I think this monster is super sick. So that's what makes it stand out to me. And then yeah, it's just I think it's like super cool.
Yep. So basically, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Is like even though there's nothing that makes him stand out in Iceborne, I still think he deserves to be an S, and that's just a
Gotcha.
But
testament
he's
of his
just fucking
design.
cool enough to like
Gotcha.
stand
Yeah.
alone
Right.
without
So like
having
it
to
doesn't
fit in
matter what
properly.
game he is, right? Yeah, and so that maybe that takes him out of Dodogama tier, right? But I still think that he's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Did we
Stands the test
mention
of
that
time.
Stygian Zenogre has a Psycho Crusher?
Oh, we did not
We did not.
because
Stygian
we never even
Zenogre
got to
has
stick it.
I
Has
I
Psycho
fought him
Crusher.
once, and I think I got angry at him.
Stygian Zenogre has Psycho Crusher, and that's so cool. That's it.
From one Capcom Psycho Crusher to another.
Mm.
All right, Josh, you're up.
Okay, let's see here.
And just a quick side note, since I'm looking up the notes right now to kind of help refresh myself, he
Uh-huh.
gets some new moves in Rise, and maybe that's why
Okay.
I think he's a little more
Oh.
animated because he has an updated move set compared to Iceborne.
Also, one thing, just for before we move on, I remember like we used to grind the heck out of Zenogre. We all used to howl at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
God.
Like just a little side note, right? Just for our personal,
Well, I mean, for one, it's a
with howl
howl.
with him.
We can
Yeah.
howl, right? It's not like because
We're
like
making
Rathian.
dragon roars and
Yeah,
shit.
I was about to say because like Rathian's roar is so telegraphed, but like, can we make a Rathian sound? Can we like?
Just- I guess not, but
Caw-caw!
still, the fact that we all would howl on cue at the same time in the right pitch, is like
the
I don't know,
testament to the
testament to how cool this fucking monster
how
is.
relatable Zenogre is.
I can't remember their name.
Don't worry,
Is
just tell me where.
the elk one?
Banboro?
The
Banbro.
Banboro. That's what I thought. I knew it started with a B. Let's put them in B for now.
B for Banbro.
B for Banboro, but I want to preface this. I think they probably belong near the end of B. Whenever we put more monsters in there, if we put more monsters, well, yeah. Thank you, Ross. I mean, I think it was like, is this like what they introduced in Iceborne, like
Yeah.
the first
I think
monster?
so. When you get to ice
Yes.
area,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't.
Oh, who was it? It
It
doesn't
was
matter.
Beatotus. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it Bayo?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it's the second
Yeah.
monster they introduced.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
second. I have nothing much to say about this. It doesn't. It's just it's a brute wyvern, and it's kind of it's not that memorable, at least to me. I remember sort of just like I remember not being particularly interested in like hunting it for its armor or its weapons. I mean, granted, it is a starting monster, but I don't know. I never had any real attachment to it. But I don't, and I feel like since Iceborne is sort of like a semi DLC, it wasn't teaching me anything like the other starter monsters were.
Right.
But I don't think its design is terrible. I like how fluffy it is.
Yeah, I think it's a very unique design in the brute like space
I'll grant it that. Yeah.
because the brute wyverns are built like fucking Bruticus monsters, whereas Bonbro it has the same build, but it's not attacking in the same way. It's using its big ass fucking antlers, and I think that's its saving grace.
But yeah. Beyond that, that's pretty much all I have to say about this Bonboros.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
fine.
I think he's underrated. Maybe he slept on a little bit. Cause like I thought he was a moose, but like he's clearly not a moose,
Right.
right? I mean, he elicits the view of that idea, but he really isn't, right? And he has the same stature as the other brute wyverns.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think he's a little bit underrated, and that I think B is a good spot.
Yeah, like if C's usually like are mid or like below mid.
Mid to bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think Banbaro is mid.
No.
No.
I do think
He's
it's
solid.
cool. Yeah, because I think he also picks up terrain because he doesn't just appear in like
he makes
the
snowballs.
yeah
right?
he makes snowballs, he makes mud
Or
balls
rocks.
or
Yeah, depending
rocks,
on the
yeah
the
boulders.
map.
Right.
So he also interacts with his environment, which is I think is super cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not bad. I
Not
do
at
I
all.
do agree with Austin. I do think like Josh says like it's not memorable or there's no attachment to Bonboro, but I do think
He's pretty memorable.
yeah I do think he's a pretty cool monster, especially in like World.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the first of the tempered monsters you fight.
Maybe.
If
I
I'm
I'm
not,
sure.
I can't be mistaken, but that's how I remember it. I could be wrong. But yeah, I have no problem with Bonbro. He's like for what they introduced into Iceborne, like as one of the new monsters, like he fit perfectly into this ice arena.
Oh yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
fit in perfectly into.
So I'm like,
You just call him fat?
I almost did.
He's husky at best, okay?
Yeah, it's all fluff.
he's fluffy. He's fluffy.
He's
fluffy.
fluffy.
Especially the armor you get from it. It's pretty fluffy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's fine. Like he's not like top tier mon, I don't think, but he's
Definitely not bad.
He's not bad. Yeah.
He's 156th in the the Monster Hunter 20th Anniversary Hunter's Choice Top Monster poll.
I'm gonna need you to read that every time you mention the poll.
I will not demand that of you, but it would be appreciated.
Hunter's Choice for top monster. I mean, for the Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you for that insert.
You're welcome.
All right.
Back to me.
So do we want to move up or down, or we're good?
No, he's
I
good
think we're all
here.
good with B, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all good with B.
I
Beaver
can't,
Bonboro.
I can't put
Beaver
it back here,
Bonboro.
Josh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get it in post.
Nope, I don't think so, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Post discussion.
I'm gonna grab Ebony Odogaron and put behind Bonbro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Odoron. Odogaron is still one of my favorite. I almost said Pokemon. One of my favorite monsters, like in general. Ebony Odogaron is just the same monster, different color scheme, and I think it has Dragon Blight. I think it Dragon Blights you now. That's whatever. The only reason why
Dragonblight, yes.
the only reason why I would put him any lower is because its armor looks bad. I don't
Does
like
it
how
really?
I don't.
don't
Well, I don't. I think the armor looks bad. I don't like it. I hate it because it goes from. Well, the Master Rank Odogaron armor also reflects like Ebony Odo, but because it has a high rank version that looks super sick, which is like what did we say, like a Shinobi outfit?
Yeah,
it looks cool, and I don't have to wear the Master Rank Odogaron armor. Ebony Odogaron has like this weird, like skin, like it looks like you're using his scales for your armor, like for the armor, and I just think it looks ugly. So that's why I would put Ebony Odogaron lower because I just think its armor looks bad. That's it. That's all. I don't think it's better than regular Odogaron. I'll
I
also
do
add
like
that.
the color scheme it brought in though
Hmm.
for Odo.
Right.
But I mean, I don't find myself. I didn't think it brought anything new to Odogaron,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little sad because I mean, Odogaron just got introduced, so like maybe like give it something that makes it stick out a little more.
Make it more terrifying because it does look more terrifying, but it functions the same, which is unfortunate.
In fact, I think it's worse.
Yeah.
I think it gives you the Dragon Blight, and Dragon Blight's like whatever, right? It's not even like
Yeah.
that bad of an ailment.
What does
can't-
it do?
you
don't
can't
know what
use
you're-
element.
I can't-
It nullifies your element.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like whatever.
And like I think I don't remember. I think it may have made you bleed less often.
I
'Cause,
don't
like-
remember it bleeding at all.
I thought I remember some bleed.
What I'll say is the regular Odo probably bleeds you, pretty often. And
Right.
like honestly, for me, bleed's kind of a scary. it's a scary ailment
Ailment.
because
Because you're more
'cause-
like. Sorry, go ahead.
a great sword, I kind of have to move, to
Yeah,
position
to
myself.
position.
Compared to most others, where, I mean, I guess I could just stand there and block.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get rid of the
But
bleed
who does that?
way.
Who even blocks?
You're still not gonna
Um,
get rid of the bleed that way.
But you're not gonna get
Yeah.
rid of the bleed that way, right?
So you
So
have to crouch.
You have to
Yeah.
crouch.
to crouch, or eat that yummy jerky, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Gotta plug up these wounds with this meat.
so kind of like a Black Veil, or in that regard, I feel like it looks more mean, but gameplay wise, it doesn't match that more aggressive look.
Right.
In fact, it may have gotten easier, perhaps, and especially because we kind of already know Odogaron very well. I felt like it didn't do any moves that were unique. I felt like, yeah, what should have been done was a new moveset for Odo rather than new status effects.
Yeah.
In fact, my opinion, I would move it down to C, as in,
Interesting.
I would
uh,
move him down to C.
I think I don't know because the thing is, I can't. I'm not sure if it's just my bias on the previous Odogaron that's like carrying them up.
That's why I have it at B, because of my Odogaron bias. It's at B because I like
feel like
Oda. I like the name Odogaron. So if you put a prefix, a suffix to it, it's still an Odogaron to me. That's why I have
mean,
it at B.
And even for that reason, it's still using the moveset we liked in Odogaron. I don't. So feels weird putting it because it feels so weird putting it so far below.
It's base form.
Its base form.
I personally think it lowers it down that much.
I mean, I'll
But-
keep it at B, but if another edition wants to move it down, I will move it down.
Well, we'll let it sit for now.
We'll let
Good
it
dog.
simmer.
Yep.
All right.
Definitely not a Lunagoron.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a straight
I
to-
thought that
That's-
the first time with
Straight to
Rod
B.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, Josh has not played through Sunbreak at all.
What?
I
Really?
didn't know that.
No,
He
Did we
yeah,
play with Dick Tristan?
no. I guess we just played with 3 people or something.
Oh.
He just watched the Luna Garon cutscene
Oh.
a couple days ago.
Well, I guess that's a good
Sidebar.
reason. Yeah, I do
We get back
remember.
on it.
I never have to catch up.
Anyways.
All right. Let's see. Who do I want to tear open new one?
Oh dear.
Let's get that Viper Toby Kadachi, and maybe put it at top of C.
Top of C.
Yeah, I think it's better than the regular Toby Kadachi.
Yeah,
agree.
I think so. I think so.
But-
I agree.
It's
for
still
the
a
same
Toby
reason
Kadachi.
Yeah, well, we talked about the Odo. It's still kind of the same kind of jumpy move set. I like the new colors. I like that he does poison, right?
Yes.
Poison and paralysis.
Have you
Poison and
really-
paralysis, which is a great kind of I think it's a great combo because one, he doesn't do a lot of maybe damage because he's a little bit on the lower side of master rank, but it's still a really deadly combo. I think that can kind of mess you up. So
Yeah.
I think it balances out well. So I think it's a more well designed version of Toby, but still kind of a so-so monster.
Agreed.
Yeah, no complaints.
nope, yep. Definitely better than.
Yeah.
What's weird? I think he's the first variant that I feel fits better than the original. Like I don't know why, but it makes sense for like the Tobigadachi's move set and attack pattern for it to be like a Viper to Tobigadachi instead. At least for me personally. Like,
'Cause
I don't
it does
know.
kind of like its movement is kind of like slither.
Makes it look more
Slither.
weaselly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. So adding
And
like
there-
adding Viper as a prefix kind of like enunciates
Makes-
that.
A little more snaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys didn't know already, Viper Tobigadachi was voted 164th place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Who is it now? Oh, back to Roz.
Is it me? No.
Is it?
Who put Viper?
Josh just went.
That was me.
No.
I
Oh,
Oh,
put
that was
Viper.
Austin.
Viper.
Excuse me.
Awesome.
Oh, so it's me then.
Yeah.
Trying to skip his turn.
Sorry. Can I get? Ooh, I'm gonna pick one of my favorites. Can I get Glavenus?
Glavenus.
Glavenus. Either
Uh,
form.
Get his
Can I get
name right.
that mid A
Mid A.
between bear? Yeah. So
They're not different enough to separate, right? I feel as if.
not. I don't think
they're
so.
different elements, right?
Different elements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly different tendencies, but not
Yeah.
movesets. But I have a history with this monster. So I remember seeing it as the box monster for Monster Hunter Cross, I believe,
Kudos.
which would have been Monster Hunter 4. And this was like at the peak of like my Monster Hunter fandom at that point in time,
Hmm.
to the point where I bought, and I still have, a plushie of the Glavenus
Ooh.
that I hang in my car under my mirror. And I've had only known it as its original Japanese name, which was Dinovaldo.
Yes, yes, he has a cool Japanese name.
And
I like that.
I think, like, out of the box monsters from 4 that came back, I think this was the best choice given the monsters around it. And like, personally, I think it's super cool because, as we see with Fatalis later, but like it's one of the few. Actually, no, I don't think it got that ability in this game, huh? Where it had different elements.
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right. Well, that's Bosch. It got nerfed because in the older games it could put different elements on its tail when it does its sharpen move.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, of course we didn't get here, so a little bit of a downer, but I think still super cool because it's like you have this sword wielding maniac that like wants to swing his tail around and cut you up. I like its skeleton because it was like, to cut off its tail was a real challenge.
Right.
Not
Oh
only-
yeah.
Not only because of its height, but because you had to break it. I believe
Twice.
was it twice or 3 times?
I think you have to just break it once.
Was
and
it
you can
twice
cut
in
the
World?
tail. Yeah.
Twice in World. Yeah, you had to break it twice in World. It was 3 times in Rise though, right?
It might be. In Rise?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
I think it's
monster's not in
3
Rise.
times.
Glavenus is not in Rise.
The Venus is not in Rise. That's correct.
Oh shit. Oh, then I'm confusing with another thing. Doesn't matter. Either way. Yeah, I think it's a super cool like T-Rex dragon, which now I'm just now realizing that a majority of the Monster Hunter Cross monsters are all like prehistoric monster
Themed.
inspired. Yeah, themed. But yeah, I think in this world of like giant dragons and shit, I think it's cool that we get this dinosaur with a fucking tail, a sword tail.
Sword tail. I think that's super sick.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I mentioned how these monsters like interact with their environment and that makes them cool. Just like Brachydios, I like when the monsters interact with themselves.
Mm.
And I think, like, it sharpens its sword. We have to sharpen our weapons, and then this motherfucker's also like, oh, you know what? I gotta wet my stone too real quick. Fucking sharpens his sword tail, and then starts slicing us. And again, as someone whose first Monster Hunter is World, like, just like the Brachydios, you can tell that this monster came from a different game. And to me, it's super sick. Because of that era that the monster came from, bringing it into World and how it looks into World, like seeing it for the first time in like how it moves in this game, I think this monster is extremely cool. I would put it over Namael. Just
I
because.
put it in S tier.
Yeah, like yeah, above Namhael.
Yeah. I like Glavenus.
I would do. I think like regular Bracky is still S, but I think it's kind of boring just because Raging has that arena thing. So I'll do this.
Yeah, I like the stagger.
Yeah, the only thing I have one story about the Glavenus.
Glavenus.
Glavenus. I'm playing in the D&D Monster Hunter campaign,
Mm.
and this thing, like in like session 10, cut off the leg of one of my friends' player characters. Because he challenged it to a 1-1 fight and rolled a 1 and got his leg cut off.
Sick.
We had to replace it with like for a time with like a peg leg because there was nothing else we could do before we got it like properly treated.
It's a Monster Hunter game, right? Like themed game.
Yeah.
Just take the materials from the monster and make a leg.
Oh, we couldn't kill it. We were level 3. We were like level 5, I guess. And this like the challenge rating on this thing was like probably 30. Maybe no, not too high. Like 15 or something. We wandered into our path, and everyone else was telling the fucking paladin to get out of there. And
You'd know
paladin
better.
said, "Fuck that." See, the paladin said, "Nah, I'd win," and then got his fucking leg cut.
That's funny.
And they didn't win.
They did not, in fact, win.
That's
So I had to pick up his fucking pieces.
All right.
Yeah. I guess I never thought, finally seeing some of these monsters in HD really kind of makes them shine.
Hmm.
And yeah, I agree. Kind of with the Brachydios, right? Finally getting these guys, and he's all gameplay. He's all, watch your toes, literally.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think you guys summed it up pretty well.
All right. Ross, I believe. Josh, you're up. I'm sorry.
I think it's
Josh.
me. Yeah.
Glavenus.
Glavenus.
I want to get the Shara Ishvalda. I think I said that wrong.
No, you said it correctly.
Okay. I want to put him in S. Above Glavenus.
Which one?
No, standard. This was. I really enjoy the sort of raid style Monster Hunter fights, even though this one only had like 2 stages. I thought the Rock Monster one was pretty easy. I don't think anyone's ever had any real trouble with like his rock stage. But I was completely surprised about his otherworldly and like
You and everybody
True.
else.
and true form, and it's just such a cool design, and it's like theming is what it's
Uses sound waves to attack.
he uses sound waves, and he does the spirit bomb.
Oh, that's
It-
right. That's right.
Spirit.
He attacks in like multiple different directions with like his wings,
It's tentacle wings.
his tentacle
Wings.
wings. And I thought I know all the other monsters can do that, but with the Shara Ishvalda, it's like it takes the time to individually attack you with like
Yeah.
one of his other appendages.
Does
Which
it
I
have
don't think-
wings? Does it have?
It's
Not
it's got-
flying
It's
wings,
got
but
wings. It's like finger
a-
wings.
finger wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, there's no membrane in between it, but and God, I think we all know that its eyes always look at the camera and not at
The hunter.
The hunter.
the hunter. And I thought that was very cool, and I love the armor as well.
Yeah.
It's,
I don't remember
Is
what it
it-
looks like.
it's like I don't want to say was it Hindu inspired or like based off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of Hindu inspired.
Yeah, I thought it looks really cool. And I always loved the effects. I can't remember
Oh
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It was
Yeah,
it was a very defensive armor set.
yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
that
oh,
explains why Josh loves it.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, its entire move set was cool. I love how fucking huge it was. Which makes
Dude,
sense.
you look huge.
It looked huge. I love how far away you had to get away from the spirit bomb. Like you,
Yeah.
once you started seeing it charging, if no one could stop it, was there a way to stop it? I feel like there was.
No, there was not.
Mm.
No, there was not.
You just
That-
had to run the fuck away.
You just had to get on the other fucking side of the arena.
Or like his
And,
hype beam.
Hype beam.
Oh yeah, that was great too. That's the one where he like puts his wings like together forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a cool fight.
Char Cheval's a little freak, isn't he?
He's a definitely a freak.
Little
Yeah.
freak.
Yeah,
I like this little freaky boy.
the form change is super cool
Mm-hmm.
because it's so like out of nowhere. Because when I first fought it, I thought, oh man, it's just a big rock monster. That's whatever. And then all of a sudden, the arena drops, and it's like a big open space, and you're like, so what's for lunch? Goosh! Its true form shows up, and you're like, oh my god, this thing is nasty looking.
Yeah.
And then it starts yelling at you from afar. You're like, fuck. Yeah,
Help!
Shara Ishvalda is super sick. Ugly ass
Alright.
monster though.
Where does it stand in the rankings?
Give me a second. Holy shit, I wasn't ready for this. The Shara is at 80.
Oh,
Okay.
Of
double digits.
the Monster Hunters 20th Anniversary Hunter's Choice Top Monster poll.
Thank you.
So where does the Glavenus show up?
The Glavenus is at...
Just
regular
regular.
Glavenus is at 25.
Yeah.
Ooh.
pretty good.
Hellblade is at 37. And Acidic is at 136.
Okay.
the hell,
That's
Blade?
fine.
According
That's,
to the Monster Hunter 20th Anniversary Hunter's Choice Top Monster...
Hellblade was like a hard version of it, basically.
Gotcha.
That was Josh, right? Shara.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put Fulgor Anjanath at the top of C. It's an electric Anjanath. Yippee. I don't feel specifically.
Doesn't sound like you're enthused.
I don't feel specifically good about this monster. I don't think it's a bad monster. I think its color scheme is ugly, but it's still an Anjanath at the end of the day. So I mean, I guess that's a plus for it. I don't care for Anjanath, for Fulgor Anjanath too much. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good.
It's still an Anjanath, right?
It's still an Anjanath.
But giving it, taking away the fire from the Anjanath, kind of ruined the personality.
Yeah, they gave it an
I
ugly
think that's
color
my
scheme.
biggest thing. Right?
I don't like his
It-
colors. He has like zebra
Ooh.
back and like an orange face. Like why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just took everything away from the Anjanath. Kind of like the Ebony Odo for me in particular.
Right.
It's like everything is stripped away, made him easier. I felt like the Fulgur maybe was easier.
Maybe I feel like they were the same. It's just a different
Yeah,
element.
just different
Yeah.
element.
Different element. But like it didn't heighten it in any way.
Mm-mm.
So I kind of agree with you there.
I feel definitely worse than original Anjanath. I feel like it should be even below Viper Kadachi, because I like the Viper Kadachi more than the Anjanath.
It looks better too, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I aesthetically.
You know what?
why is that- Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ugly.
Ah!
No.
It's
No,
still
no,
a
no.
T-Rex.
Yeah, it's still a
I wouldn't-
T-Rex. Yeah.
I don't think it ruins Anjanath.
And it doesn't piss on me.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not a little piss boy. Is Fulgur Anjanath a little piss boy?
I mean,
No.
Do you think it shits out of his mouth?
No.
No.
Well, it does discharge out of its mouth. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Listen, we'll have to do a lot of reworking if we're going to start calling their breath attacks discharge
No,
and vomits
Josh.
and whatnot.
Josh,
What?
it's an electrical monster.
No, I know, but
It
you know what I mean, right?
discharges. Well, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
It discharges out of his mouth.
Okay.
Literally
way-
discharges.
Oh, thank you.
It is the first brute wyvern to use Thunder Element in the entire franchise.
Fantastic.
There you go. Oh, you
Still a little piss boy. And he's 150th place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during the Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Thank you.
That's about mid, right?
It's below mid.
No, it's below
No, it's
mid.
below mid.
Below mid. Okay.
Yeah, it's at
Oh, mid's like
270,
110.
right?
You said
Wait.
220.
228.
28.
208.
So mid is 114.
Yeah,
Oh, 228.
so slightly before mid. Or under mid.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for something?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for the Nightshade Palumu at bottom of C. I don't like the Nightshade. I think
I like it more than the
man.
Anjanath.
Do you like it more than the Anjanath?
I do. I think
I
because
do too.
it does something. It definitely does something different
Yeah,
for the Paulumu name. Unlike Fulgore Anjanath, where it just makes it worse. In my opinion.
It does
Fair
the
enough.
darkness, right? That's what it does? Or am I misremembering?
It's a sleepy eepy.
It's a sleepy
Uh,
boy.
It's still a sleepy eepy.
It's a sleepy eepy. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm okay with somewhere in C. You can put it above the Fulgur if it makes you feel better. Yeah, it doesn't do anything like that different from the regular Palumu. Like, I see what they were trying to do with some of the other variants, like the coral changing its element and changing its environment, but like, if I'm not mistaken, right, the Nightshade is pretty much the same thing, just a little bit more aggressive,
Yeah.
right? I felt like it's more of a missed opportunity for the Nightshade, where you could have done something a little more interesting, like maybe like change up the colors a little bit differently. I get it's trying to do like the cobra, like you have eyes in its fur to make it look bigger. I don't know if it works for me that much. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just it's boring. I think it's a really boring change. And like the other guys, it's more of a disappointing change. This is more of a boring change for me.
It was a lateral change.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I do agree with you. I do. I just want to. I do think, in terms of like the Fulgore Engine, I do think it's a worse change, and I don't like. A boring change is not necessarily a worse change in like when I think about it, because I do think it is a boring addition. I just think Fulgore Anjanath is a worse addition. So that's the only like.
I would say
thing-
the Fulgur it downgrades similar to the Coral.
Yeah.
But the Coral is just a disgusting guy. He's just that freak down the street, you know.
Hey yo.
Like, he's trying to like sell you scratchers.
As he's taking a piss on the wall.
He's drinking the fucking lukewarm sewer water. And...
Hey, you want to buy some scratchers?
You wanna buy some scratchers?
Hey, you got dinner? I'll pay it back, I swear.
That's fair.
So I guess yeah, you're right. It's close to the Black Veil. It's just kind of a boring,
Right.
kind of expected variant, maybe,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I have nothing for this Nightshade.
Hmm.
I have no
Yeah, it's
feelings
fine.
for it.
See, that's why I'm saying we don't have that much discussion. It makes me feel bad. Yeah,
But I mean, I
kind
feel
of a
like
filler monster.
yeah,
It's
Right.
got a cooler color scheme. That's about it.
yeah.
Arguably.
I like the color scheme.
I like it too, but not much to change its position than where it's now.
Oh
I like
yeah.
my
no.
fluffy wuffy.
I mean, it's still
Where
a
do you
fluffy
find the
wuffy.
nightshade?
You find it in the Coral Highlands.
In the Coral Highlands. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
find
Like,
regular
that's why I
primarily.
thought.
Ulumu.
So it's like it's so. At least the Coral Puke Puke, moved.
Yeah.
Right? He went to the
Coral
boonies.
Highlands.
Yeah, yeah.
Went from the forest to the highlands.
I think
Yeah.
I think you first find Nightshade in nighttime Coral Highlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it though. Change of
So-
day.
Really boring monster, unfortunately, and that makes it the tail end of C
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm seeing a lot of a huge pattern with some rehashes from the world monsters here.
I mean, to be fair, you introduce these monsters like as a like if you're like a Monster Hunter vet and you introduce these new monsters, they gotta stick with you for the veterans, right? I feel so you gotta
Right.
make them those monsters in particular like stick out. But then we've spent so much time with those monsters, they introduce another variant that more or less
Doesn't-
is not as good, and it's kind of like, you guys did it best the first time. What happened here, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we look at the variants for the retro monsters or the returning monsters,
Yeah.
and like they are all much cooler, or they heighten, right?
Right.
Like like Brachydios, for example, right? Like he puts you into the fucking ringer, and
Stygian is M Bison.
Stygian is a
Stygian-
bison.
This one, to
existed.
be honest, is a not so
But-
much.
And not so much, but it's the idea of what Andy was saying that maybe he might
Yes.
dip his tail into elements, and it goes back to that a little bit.
right,
even-
right.
Maybe they're limited by engine in order they can't bring that gimmick back.
Mm.
Just
But
so
all
you're
these
aware-
variants,
Sorry, just so you're aware, Stygian existed before World. It was a Monster Hunter cross monster.
sure.
Just so you're aware.
Even like the Barioth, right? Like that's kind of a enhanced version of the Barioth, but it's still equal to it, right? I would
Actually,
say.
I like Old Man Barioth more than regular Barioth. Now that I'm looking
Sure.
at it, I forgot. I'm gonna put.
Yeah, I think I like the what is it, the Frosty,
Yeah.
Frostfang Barioth.
Frostfang.
Frostfang,
Yeah.
Barioth, right? And all these other ones are. I mean, I guess the Black Veil is right next to the regular Valazak, right?
Yeah, it would be.
But yeah, they didn't bring the sauce, unfortunately, with the variants in this generation. It feels like.
yeah.
No.
So.
Well, now it's my turn now, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say there's one exception to the variants of old monsters that they brought new. Well, maybe two, from looking at the list. But can I get seething basil geese in low A?
Low A, like
Yeah.
below the Barioths.
Below the burials.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it was a proper like scale up from the original basil geese up to this basil geese. As a roamer, it was. I feel like it's a little more fierce, bigger explosions. It had. I think they added a new. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it got a new move.
Probably
from
did.
its-
I'm not sure if this is seething and rise,
Oh,
because I'm trying to remember if it's supernova attack.
Is that from Rise or?
Seething is in Rise.
But
I'm
the
trying to remember if
supernova
it's
attack
supernova.
specifically.
Yeah, if it's supernova
don't
is a
remember.
rise move or a world move.
I feel like it was a world move because he would dive, he would like drop bombs and then the super dive bomb.
Yeah, he would like tornado up into the air, throwing shells down, and then dive bomb into the ground. I think that came.
That's
with world.
it's in Rise.
But was it from World? Is the question.
It's a new attack,
It's a new
it's a new
attack.
attack.
according to
Rise,
the notes
okay.
I'm reading.
Gotcha. Okay, so
It stands back while walking forward before slamming its face into the ground and causing an explosion.
no, not that one.
No, not that
Okay.
one.
And then an aerial attack, dropping bombs. Da, da, da.
Is there any mention of like an ultimate attack, maybe?
Looking. I don't see anything in particular, but
Let's just say for now
oh
that
wait,
move
wait, wait.
was. Oh,
Seething is Basil Geese is one of the few monsters capable of an altered anomaly burst, which will explode after the afflicted specimen's ultimate attack. I don't know what that means.
I don't know if that's.
I looked for the word ultimate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
let's just say
Um,
that move is in world.
Yeah, super cool addition for the monster. I think like it super fits, and like you can tell which ones they really wanted to improve, like really from the base game. And I think Basil Geese was one of them. And like I love the glowing like armor that you get from it. Like
Mhm.
it looks like the same armor as the Basil Geese, but you have like that just that little tweak of having that little glow
You have like
between
accented
the
glows.
scales.
Yeah.
Does
Seething
wonders
glows.
for its look. Yeah.
How you have seething glows.
Does wonders for its armor set, like aesthetically. So I think that for that alone was enough for me to like put it up in A.
I think seething basil is a definite upgrade from regular basil.
Yep.
I do think, unlike all the other variants that we're mentioning for world monsters, this is a definite upgrade from its original variant. I will say that.
Okay.
Seething Beetlejuice.
So fucking mad.
So two things. One, I like him. I think he's better. But just FYI, we ranked him at low S previously.
Yeah, but that's
Well, look at S now.
yeah.
Like he's getting like pushed out through sheer competition.
I think he's better than the Barioth and the Nami. So
So
if anything, top of A for me.
the only
I'm fine with
reason
that.
why I would put it like below A is because it's still the same monster. With the introduction of Barioth and Namiel to me, it was something new that I had to learn to fight. So for me, that's like an appeal when you introduce a new monster is how much I have to learn fighting it. With Seething Basil, it wasn't too much of a learning curve, but I'll put it over because I think Andy also said he didn't mind having it above them.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
I like fighting the Basil more than the Barioth. I mean, I get what you're saying there, right?
Right? Yeah.
But I still think he goes above and beyond that.
Hmm.
And by the way,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
did you know that the season Basil Geese was voted the 73rd place in the Hunter's Choice for
Oh.
top monster during Monster
Hey.
Hunter's 20th anniversary?
Nice. Where was base form?
Probably higher.
52.
Yeah.
So 20
Okay.
pluses. Yeah. Probably because it's the original, right?
Yeah.
I would still prefer to have the Namiel above the Seething Basil Geese, just because, like Ross said,
I'll do that. That's fine.
I was more impressed with, but maybe it's not fair because it's the Elder Dragon, but maybe that doesn't even come into effect. But I really did like the nuance, maybe that's the wrong word, of the Namiel fight over the Seething Basil Geese fight.
I just like to say that it doesn't change its rank, but I just like that this one liked to fight you,
Yeah.
right? It didn't like to run away. It wanted a piece of you, and
Did regular basil run?
Not really.
well, he liked to fly around,
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you
and
mean.
he liked to
Okay.
zone a little. I feel like he zoned a little bit more often, where the seething wanted to fight you a bit
Oh yeah,
more,
Seething definitely wanted to throw hands more.
right? He wanted
Yeah.
to throw hands, and I don't. I think I remember this, but the wiki says that he liked to be on the ground a little bit more often too.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I just remembered, and I enjoyed fighting. So the seething basil a lot more than the regular basil, especially because when you first meet the basil in base world, if you didn't have your flash pods, right? He was a little bit harder, and like I liked the challenge, but this one was a lot more enjoyable, and I felt like you got to see a lot more personality come out of it.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I do think like you guys said, I think it is the evolved and the it's very similar to how we kind of rank the Bracky with the Raging Bracky.
Yeah.
That I think the Seething Basil is what his true form should be.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to like put like an idea like if we were doing regular like if we had all the monsters together and like you said Basil was an S, would we instead put like Seething in S and put regular Basil somewhere lower? I'm just trying to think like
I put them next to each other.
next to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, that's what I would do. But
That's fine.
yeah, it's
That's
fine.
all right.
I wouldn't think too hard about it.
All right. Josh.
Okay. Let's get the monkey boys.
Boom 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 boom.
God,
boom,
I mean,
boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, boom,
we
boom,
have to put him
boom,
in
boom,
S if the
boom,
Brachiodeos are in S.
boom,
Fuck,
boom,
this
boom,
S
boom,
tier is
boom,
so.
boom, boom,
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with having a stacked S tier.
I mean, this just shows how like
Good
much we
IceBourne was.
enjoyed IceBourne as a
Uh,
expansion in game.
Yeah, he's finally back
boom,
to
boom,
kick some tail.
boom, boom.
I'd put him above.
No,
I
I'd
put
put
them
him
both.
here.
Okay, cool.
Where would you put him?
God, I'm trying to think. I like the Charlotte Ishvalder fight more, but it feels wrong to put them there.
So you would put it like here?
Yeah. God, but I would put them above the Zenogre. It's the problem. Let's just leave them. Let's just leave them there for now, and we'll work out the kinks later.
Boom, boom,
Um,
boom, 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 boom.
I mean,
boom,
they're
boom, boom,
iconic.
Boom, boom, boom.
They they're a skill check first and foremost. Then one of
Both
the
forms.
both forms are, and one of them they're hyper super aggressive, and will not let you just like the Brachydios, not give you much room to breathe. Like some of the other monsters, you can like step back away from, maybe get like drink a potion, and if you have like your Palico or Palico with you, maybe like take a sharpen. These guys will not let you do that if you're not if you're not in a group of friends. So it's like you best be prepared to like fight them until you can do something about healing later. They have what I like about them too is there's like they're so dangerous. They do so much damage. But they're also kind of small, like in comparison to other things, like, and it makes them harder to hit with slower weapons. So, oh my god! Plus, they have their fucking Super Saiyan modes. I think both of them do, right?
Yeah.
And they both have the fucking. Which Dragon Ball Z character does it? Is it Rikum? No, is it Nappa that does the fucking energy beam from their mouth?
From their
From
mouth?
the
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Nappa.
Yeah.
Hype
God,
beam!
Yeah. I mean, they're forces of nature that are they even considered wyverns, or are they?
They're
I
Fang
can't
Beast.
remember.
They're Fang Beast.
They're the only
Yeah.
Fang Beast in the world.
And they do. Yeah, they're like fighting with like dragons and gods, and basically gods, and they're just fucking beating the crap out of them.
Yeah,
Plus they got great-
nasty on this
they-
monster, man.
Yeah, yeah. Plus they got the is it the Sun Wukong armor and weapons?
Yeah.
This is also great. But yeah, now we'll have to figure out where to put them in S tier.
I mean, I did.
You
said you like the
good at that, I'm
You said you like the
yeah.
Shara Ishvalda fight more than the
Yeah.
Rajang, and I think Rajang is like the best monster.
Okay, I'm good with that then.
So I put Furious at the top of A, and it refutes. I'll move. I'll move him.
No. I just also want to add, at least between Roz and I, we literally, like when Furious came out, we literally had to watch a fucking video on how to dodge its attacks.
No. We didn't have to watch it.
No, we chose to watch it
That's-
because we wanted to be good at this fucking fight. We it was to a point where him and I would just like trade cues. like it put us on such a page because like the fight was so I wouldn't say difficult per se, but like it forced you to really focus
Think.
in.
Yeah, lock
and
in.
lock in
Yeah.
because
I'm definitely
Yeah.
leaning forward fighting this monster.
Yeah.
whatever armor you can get at the time wasn't enough to not get you
Yep.
two-shot
Right.
by like even the most basic moves. So like you
Yeah.
really had to lock in to like make sure you didn't get hit by anything specific.
Yep. Even with my super fucking like high
Defensive.
passive defense, I was like, if I wasn't getting 2-shot, I was getting at least 3-shot.
Yeah.
You walk into the Rajang fight with full health and think to yourself, I'm in danger.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I need more defense. I need more health.
Yeah, that's when we'll use the armor powders and the
Yeah. Great.
what-
The fangs and
oh, I always keep those
or
on me.
was it fang or talisman or whatever
It
it
was
was.
both of them at that
The
point.
armor talon and the armor fang.
Yeah.
And power talon power fang, yeah.
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 I mean, did anyone comment on his opening cinematic cutscene when you
Where
first see him?
Not yet. I
Not
I
yet.
haven't said my piece yet, but I don't know what you
Go
want to
ahead,
say.
cook.
No, because I have
Cook.
other things to say.
Vulcan cook, sir.
I have other things to say about Rajang, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
you can hold on. You can mention that cutscene. So there are monsters that interact with the environment, and there are monsters that interact with themselves. Particularly with Rajang, if you claw shot onto his arm when he's not like focused on focused on fighting, he will snatch you off of his arm and chuck you the fuck off. That is so cool. No other monster will specifically grab you from where you have like snuck onto them. Rajang will. He's like, get this fucking gnat off
Fly
of
off
me.
of me.
What the fuck is this shit? And
What the
tosses
fuck
you
do you think
away.
you are?
Literally the only monster that interacts with you in that like sense. That is so fucking sick. He's like, I don't have time for this bullshit. I have, Kirin horns to eat, bitch. Back the fuck up.
God, it was so surprising too, because there was no indication of it. So the first time you try it, you're like,
Right.
"Alright," and then, like you fucking do it. It's like, okay, I have to do something about this dude. He's fucking killing me. Try to latch on. Next thing you know, you're fucking flying. You're like, what the fuck?
I think the claw shot is new to IceBourne, right? Because we were mentioning you were mentioning Josh before, like, there's no tutorial stuff. So like the Bond Burrow or whatever isn't that memorable, right? That is the claw shot itself was like something that you have to learn, right? But because the Rajang is so late into IceBourne, they make it so that you claw shot onto the monster, weaken its parts, right? Wall slam it into the wall. So you're always claw shotting onto the monster. So you don't even think like twice about doing to Rajang, and then you do it. You get ready to do like either a weaken attack or like to wall bang it, and all of a sudden you're in his hands, and you're like, oh no, I really
It's like
am
that-
in danger.
It's like that meme of with the falcon and the bird is like, my risk was calculated, but man, am I
Man,
bad at that.
Oh my gosh. And this is just a me thing. Like, there's so many good monster themes in Monster Hunter, but like Rajang is the only one that I can pull from the top of my head, without a doubt. Rajang's theme is the only one that I can say that is Rajang's theme. So that and Nergigante, but that's a different monster. That's a personal favorite. So
speaking of Gigante,
hold on.
one of the other.
Where does Rajang rank in the Monster Hunter?
So Rajang ranks at typing 57.
Oh,
Okay. That's
And Furious is at 24.
okay.
Oh,
one of the rare variants being
Variance is higher. Yeah. But you said the Nergigante, which is an elder dragon that eats elder dragons.
The other
What
the
about-
other dragon that eats elder dragons.
What about the Fang Beast that eats elder dragons? Parts.
Parts of
parts.
He's like, you don't need this shit, crack.
hey,
So-
brother, you don't need that, right? Oh.
So he puts this motherfucker in a chokehold, rips off its horn, the motherfucker blows up, right? And then in his ashes, there you see a glowing monkey,
Must return to monkey.
doing his best Godzilla atomic breath impression, throwing lightning mouth beams everywhere and everywhere. He is one of the first monsters to Oko me. Right. Usually you take one hit and you're in red and you take a potion. No, he
To
gives
surprisingly
response to
Oko
right?
you, right?
He surprisingly Okos you, right? And I think you guys all got it. He has like the crazy amount of personalities, interactions with every single thing is perfect. I like that.
Wars.
The way he sleeps is kind of funny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And he just doesn't give a fuck, right? And there's a lot of monsters that don't give a fuck, but he doesn't give a fuck in such a sassy way.
Right.
He has no reason to belong in this game, but he does, and I can't imagine Monster Hunter without Rajang in it. Right?
Right.
So that's the thing. He 100% doesn't belong, but at the same time belongs perfectly. So
Yeah.
I like the list here. I don't need to go on and rehash everything, but yeah, Furious Rajang.
He's like the. Good. Sorry.
He is the guy, and I would only put him worse in Rise because there's no Kieran in Rise, and that doesn't make sense in canon.
Yeah.
But in World, oh shit,
World, yeah, for sure.
yeah, we can't fuck around with him.
Like you were mentioning, like you can't imagine a Monster Hunter game without Rajang, right? But it's an IceBourne monster, so like you play. So for maybe like me and Josh, we play through World. We don't know any better.
Yeah.
And then we finally get to experience Rajang, and we're like, damn. How could you leave this motherfucker out? How could you? That is a fucking sin, bro. No way. Boom, 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 boom.
Like,
boom, boom,
To
boom,
expound
boom,
on what Austin said of how he doesn't fit, but fits perfect, but is needed in this game. He's like the what's that saying? Is the exception that proves the rule true of like with all these different fucking monsters, like dragoness or wyverness monsters, and then just this one big monkey.
Monkey.
Also, dude, like I'm not sure if it's intended. I think it's intended, but when he goes like super ape form, where you have to hit his tail to knock him out of it, like in Dragon Ball.
Right.
Yeah.
I assume it's I don't know if it's intended or not.
I
but-
believe that's a reference to it.
It's probably.
I think one of my favorite things about this monster, I mean, not that, it has so many cool fucking things going for it already, but I believe, I don't know who was playing with me at the time, but I believe like one of the times we saw it in the ancient forest, it was, I think it was invading.
It might have
And
been
then-
me.
It might have been you. Okay. And then we also saw with a Devil Joe.
Hold on. If I remember correctly, was Rajang not a Guiding Lands monster? Wasn't he introduced through the Guiding Lands?
He was introduced to the Guiding Lands, but after you run into it in the Guiding Lands, it can appear elsewhere as an invader.
Okay.
So I don't remember. I think we were hunting. I don't know what we were hunting specifically, but we saw a Devil Joe on the map, and we're like, hey, let's go kill it. And then like Rajang showed up, and turf war. But then not only that, I believe it was a moment when Devil Joe was running away in the ancient forest. I don't know if you remember the water path, like on the side where it had like the back path from the camp.
Right, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We saw the fucking Rajang and Devil Joe like hopping on the rocks, chasing one another behind the camp to get to the far side by the mud for them to fight like in front of the camp. And that was the sickest fucking animation I had ever seen, because you see this like Devil Joe, like, you know, big ass Devil Joe with big ass legs stepping on these tiny rock pillars to get to this area, and then like Rajang just like fiercely chasing behind him, like swinging from rock to rock. I think that was the sickest thing. But yeah, I mean, as for its positions, like, no, like these some of my most hated but also most favorite monsters ever.
Zhong's too cool.
Yeah, too fucking cool.
Too fucking cool.
That's your pick?
That was
was Josh's pick.
Josh's
Yep.
pick.
Now
I
it's
think
Roz's turn.
now it's Roz's turn. Welcome, by the way, Gil.
Hello.
Hello.
The heck? Oh, there we go. This is fucking crazy to look at. I wanted to hear y'all guys talk.
For sure.
From an outside perspective, listen, I just started laughing at I hate this monster.
We're not. I don't think we're gonna use this tier, honestly.
We're not. I don't. No, not here.
Probably not. I'll say probably not.
It's okay. It still needs to exist though, just to prove that we don't hate any of the monsters.
True.
Just watching, I'm just eating a peach, watching my peaches talk.
Hey.
All right.
I'm gonna put Gold Rathian above Acidic Lav. Above Brachydios, maybe.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause for these, right, I like Raging more. So
Sure.
because of Raging Brachydios is kind of boring. Only in comparison to its variant. And Acidic is not as I think is the same thing. It's kind of boring compared to regular Glavenus. But Gold Rathian is like the ultimate form of Rathian.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Regular Rathian and like Pink Rathian, those are pushovers. Who gives a fuck about those two? Gold Rathian? Now that's a fucking boss fight. I love fighting this monster in particular, but also because it is one of the better switch axes in the game, like without having to fight and grind elder dragons. So because of that, you know, Gold Rathian gave me a purpose in this game. It gave me a true purpose in this game. So that's why I put Golden Wrath up here. I had to farm this motherfucker for so much, and the reward was well worth it. That's all. That's it.
I don't know about.
It's S.
I don't think it's S either.
That's fine. 'Cause like I said, to me, when you work with a weapon that doesn't have cool designs in most of it, and it's hard to find like a good set to work with Switch Axe, and they give you a monster that just answers all of your prayers. It's personal. I put it there, but you know, it's a group effort. So
No, I feel ya.
Yeah, I mean,
Still Rathian.
it's still. I don't. Yeah, I mean, we put the rat. Not that it matters much, but we put the old Rathians in C tier. And to me, I definitely agree that the Gold Rathian is definitely a lot better than them. But like, it doesn't. I don't remember much, like personally.
Oh no.
it's. I mean, it's drastically different.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while, and I don't think I ever farmed it. I think I probably only fought it once or twice. Unfortunately.
Because like Rathian and Pink Rathian are pretty much kind of the same. It's like different tendencies. Golden Rathian is like drastically different from the two of them.
I'm gonna defend Roz on this one.
Okay.
Because I also like farmed with him on this,
Okay.
and like the fights were so much more difficult and like so much more memorable, and like I think we have a clip, or maybe it's with Silver Wrath. But either way, like because when we fought them, they fight together, which makes the fight like even more difficult, which is I think is great because I mean, what you would think for like the ultimate Wrath is like you're hoping it's not the same fight that its lesser forms brought,
Right.
and it completely surpasses everything that those fights bring. Like, it's got new moves, it's harder, it's
Yeah. Austin,
like the
you said it's
tendencies
just a
are-
Rathian. That is an
Hold on,
incorrect
sure.
statement.
It is
Oh.
not just a Rathian, it is the Rathian.
It's such an incorrect
No,
statement.
the Rathian is the Rathian.
Like, it is peak Rathian.
Fair enough.
And
I-
I think, and like also for the like on like Roz's weapon standpoint, I think in World I switched to not World but
IceBourne.
Iceborne. I started to switch to Sword and Shield a lot, and it developed the most powerful poison weapon in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
hate to tell you what.
well, I was just say as a Sword and Shield user, like, you know, that's kind of the bread and butter. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna. I hate to inform you that the Gold Rathian was voted 113th place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Well, they're fucking wrong.
That's unfortunate.
I still I mean maybe I guess I'm missing a lot of the nuance for the Rathian. I still don't think it belongs in S tier. I'd give it the top of A, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just don't have enough memories of it.
I mean, if y'all think so, then that's fine.
Yeah, I absolutely love it as it's like what it is and what it does.
I'll use Andy's backing to keep it up here for the time being,
Okay.
just because, like, it really is not just another Rathian. So
Okay.
it, like, if you don't remember much and you only remember it as a Rathian, you're
Yeah.
not looking at the same monster. Like, truly, you're not looking at the same monster. So
Okay. Yeah,
I'll stop it
Probably-
there.
sure.
I believe it's Austin's turn.
We're gonna have to start speeding this up, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Let's get Devil J Hyo,
Savage Joe.
Savage Joe.
Savage Ho.
I think he's pretty cool. I put him at the very bottom of S. I think he's a lot cooler than the regular Dave Joe. I think he looks a lot meaner. He's a big, black, throbbing pickle. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just like a seething basil, I think he's a heightened version of the Devil's Joe. And yeah, I think he's cool. I'm trying to remember. He has like he's not thunder type, but
No, he's still
But
dragon.
no,
He's dragon,
still
right?
dragon. It just
still
has
dragon.
thunder
but like yeah, he's like
effects.
he has that cool like thunder ish
effect.
effects going
Yeah.
on with him, which I think heightens kind of that idea. I think
Just
he's
angrier.
he's a lot more angrier, a lot more aggressive,
A lot
right?
hungrier.
More than the regular Devil Joe. Still wants to vor me, and that's okay, right?
And is
so
allowed to.
and he's allowed to, because you know what?
Not that
Why
he
not?
much cares for your consent.
Who's gonna
but-
stop him?
Right? And like he's like basically starting off raged, right? So I guess similar to like the Furious Rajang. So I like it a lot. I like him a lot. Is he exemplified? Probably not. But I just think it's a cool heightened version, the true version of the Delajo.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's good.
Yeah. I don't disagree whatsoever.
I'm
Yes.
good too.
S tier looking thick.
He's
Yeah.
looking, yeah.
Rightfully so.
I think it's Andy's turn now.
Oh, is it? Give me, you know what? Beatotus. Give me top of B.
Top
What-
of B. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't hate him. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
Like for an intro monster, like
Yeah, let him finish before.
for an
us.
intro monster that's like a fish monster, like we've had the other like its other fish brethren like kinda low. And I think he's kinda mid, which is fine. I don't think he's like super mid, but I think he's a little better than mid. I like it's like he doesn't look he looks a little more different from the other fishies because he's got like that sharp ice breaking horn, which I think is great design because
Right.
it's like kind of like an icebreaker ship. So like, props for that. But yeah, I mean I don't think he belongs any higher than top of B. I don't think he belongs any lower than mid B really. But I mean, I'll let you guys decide on its final position. But I think he's just neat.
At
You
the
know
very
what the-
least, I don't
You
think
know what
it's
his final
better than-
position is? His final position was 223rd place in
Oh
the
my
Underwater Top
God.
Monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Oh man.
I
Did you
don't.
say
However-
223rd?
Yeah.
So you said?
Yes.
Out of-
Yeah, 223rd. So
Out of
pretty much
224.
the very bottom.
But it's a popularity contest.
Yeah, and he's not popular.
I don't
I'd
think.
put
I don't
that-
think it's better than Bonburo.
I definitely agree. Definitely
Okay.
agree with that.
I don't think he's better than Bonboro. I think that's a better spot for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with like I said, I'm fine with wherever
I
he
think
is
he's
as, like,
underrated.
about mid B.
I think Beotos is underrated.
Ugh.
Too hated.
Maybe.
It's overhated.
Overhated.
I don't hate
I
it.
didn't have a problem fighting him. I think he's better than the Leviathan,
Obviously. Yes. Yes.
obviously, right?
Much better.
And like he's cooler than the Gyrototus,
Yeah.
right? Because Gyrototus
Literally.
is ha ha ha
A mudfish.
Fish.
is a
Mud
mudfish, and
skipper.
then that was an annoying fight, and Beototus takes all those elements of him swimming around and makes it more streamlined. So it's actually you take away gimmicks
Yeah.
away from the Gyrototus, right? I think I had this comment last time on the Gyrototus where it's gimmicks, it's cool, it makes sense, but it's just not fun, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so taking away the gimmick and just streamlining him made him a much more fun fight, a much more solid monster. So it's more clean, right? Literally as well. So I don't hate Beototus. Clearly of the fish, he is the best. Yeah, I think he's a fine filler
Yeah.
Early
tier
monster.
Mhm.
So overhated for sure.
Andy,
Uh-huh.
you said he looks like better of the fishy monsters.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about Lavasioth until Austin said its name. I completely forgot that was a monster, and I was like, "Oh, that's right." You said it's better, like the best of the fishy monsters, like of the other one. Yeah, of course. And then Austin said Lavasioth, and I was like, "Oh shit,
Oh, there's the third.
there's another." That's right. So I
No, we
I
don't
just had to
speak about him.
I just had to mention that. So
For your own sake.
yeah, that's all.
Okay. Any other
Nice
comments on Bayo?
He's a fine
Good.
fish.
I also like that he was the monster that was chosen for
fine
the
facade.
event of the giant tuna greatsword.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Makes sense.
faux show.
Yeah.
He is a fish for show.
Yeah.
You can tune a fish, but you can't tune a piano. Wait,
Yes, okay.
other way around.
Other way around. Josh, your turn.
Let's get those Tigrex boys.
Tiggy.
Let's put them in A. Under the Barioth. End of end of A.
End
You
of
want
it.
to put him under a Barioth? That's hot.
Yes.
I
Cyrus
mean-
with sub.
Probably not, if we're being honest. Yeah, they. I'm trying to remember. They were pretty a pretty straightforward fight, if not somewhat challenging. I'm not sure if they were a true skill check. I think I had some difficulty beginning with them.
I think Tigrex was a bit of a skill check.
Yeah, because they can do a lot of damage if you're not careful. I like how he's always just like moving forward or trying to or he's charging at you.
Yeah.
I like I like how he gets elements based off of the area he's in.
Like
I
when
thought that was
he
pretty-
his rocks that he shoots out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the legacy monster, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom Unite. He was the box monster. Freedom Unite.
Yeah, and hyper aggressive and God, I remember having to farm him for something, and I like how like he's got this massive head, and he was always doing the fucking hungry hippo attack as he's charging.
I mean, his icon looks like a hungry hippo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I think I like the look of the Tigrex armor and weapons. But like I think it was just sort of a middle of the game monster for like farming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So and it was a pretty good one at that. Like I never sometimes I would sometimes go on autopilot for his fights, and I almost always regret it, but not so much that I would lose the quest.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like how its roar can hurt you.
Yes, yeah, of course.
It's the
Yes.
only monster, right? Where its roar
I
can
think it's the only monster.
Yeah.
actually take damage on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This monster got pipes.
Hey,
Oh,
yo,
Especially with its alt form. I don't remember what it's called.
brute.
Brute. Oh man. Yeah. Like you can get O-code by its roar.
By its
If I'm not
roar.
mistaken. Yeah.
Hmm.
Brutes. Yeah. Like if you don't have enough armor, it will cut you down so fast. Am I thinking? You know, I might be thinking of a Monster Hunter. Is it Ultimate or for Ultimate variant called the? It was called the Lava Tigrex.
Maybe, because I don't remember it, like the brute in particular. Like the roars do damage, but they don't do significant like damage.
Yeah. I might be confusing it with the older form then,
Maybe.
or an alternate form rather. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I personally like the Tigrex a lot as a legacy monster.
Mhm.
Me personally, I would put it above the Barioth. I think it's more fun to fight the Barioth, but considering IceBourne, I think it belongs
higher.
well, below, I think, because
Oh, you mean the Barrow?
the Barioth is higher than the Tigrex. Yeah. I'm okay with putting the regular one above the regular Barioth.
Yeah.
We talked about it because he runs away. Tigrex doesn't want to run away. He wants to nom 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 on your skull,
Yeah.
right?
And then he
So yeah,
rocks.
I know you guys don't like it because it's negative affinity, but it's got big damage.
But it's
I
got
liked it.
negative affinity.
But
it's got
Negative
big
30.
It's got.
I don't hit too often, sir.
I specifically like the Tigrex greatsword is literally just his bottom jaw.
Yeah,
It's so rad.
it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to inform you that Tigrex was voted the 23rd place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Oh.
Hey, he's reading that so fast now.
So yeah,
All right.
Tigress is cool.
Roz's turn.
No. Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh. I mean, it's just a harder Nergigante. I think it's a definite upgrade from Nergigante. And
It's hard.
And Nergigante was in S. I think Ruiner should stay in S.
He's just a hornier.
Just a hornier Nergigante.
He's very horny.
You fight him in the arena. That's like the remains of the Shara Isvalda fight too. I think.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, what was the remains? I thought it was like before. No, I can't remember.
It's like before the fight, but then like when you go back
And
to
we
fight
leave.
him, yeah. So it's like
Right.
little, we're kind of stuck in this cage with him. Now we're trying to fight this motherfucker. Ruiner Nergigante is just a cooler Nergigante.
Does he also sort of help us with the Shara Isvalda?
No.
A little bit.
No,
No.
No.
he's on its
Okay.
back. Like not its back, but he's there. He's there in the arena waiting for it to pop up so he can eat it. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I think it feasts on its remains when we leave. Probably. We carve our 4 cars and Nergigante just
Gets the rest. Yeah.
yum.
Mind if I do?
Oh shit! I forgot what I was gonna say.
I still like.
Oh,
There's-
I remember. I like that you had to hit master rank 100 before
before you can fight
before you can fight it. Like it was like a challenge and a reward for like your longevity in the game. You know,
Like congratulations, you have reached
fight this shit.
you have reached master rank 100.
Prove
Fight
it.
this motherfucker.
Prove that you belong in master rank 100. Like you hit 99. Show us your 100.
He's like, I hit 99. I can't wait for 100. You start doing more quests. Like, how come it's not going up? Oh, you need to pass this test. Don't worry, the test isn't that hard. You fought this monster before. Okay.
Just in the background, getting super close, super fast.
Yeah.
Hey there, remember me? It's like remember the kids you bullied in high school. Comes back.
Hopefully it's your bully from high school who got jacked.
Hey, remember me? Want to try that again? Yeah, I'm leaving Ruiner Nergigante up here.
I
Unless,
still personally like Shara Ishvalda better, just for its fight and like the gravitas of it. But I'm okay with it being above it.
it's the
Alright.
Elder Dragon that eats other Elder Dragons.
That's the elder dragon that feasts on elder dragons.
I agree.
All right. You are next, cousin.
Where does Nergigante rank?
He's number 2.
Regular Nergigante, right?
Regular Nergigante is
Number
Number 2.
I forgot. I always have to say it with like a Spanish accent. Nergigante.
Nergigante.
Ruiner Nergigante was voted 9th place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th
Damn.
anniversary.
Both
Damn.
Nergigantes in top 10.
Top
Yes,
10.
sir.
This is
They
a
were.
Makes sense.
boss ass monster, bro.
Well, to be fair, I'm assuming like it was also a lot of people's first monster hunters.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, that makes
yeah,
sense.
but
but there's so
yeah.
many monsters in world, anyways.
Zenogre is number 1.
Yeah, right.
Well, Zenogre's sick as fuck.
All right. I mean, let's get Nargokuga up there at let's say bottom of A.
Bottom of A.
Bottom of A. He's still Nargokuga, right? I mean, he's great. Just like our returning monsters. We love him. Yeah, I'll put him maybe above the Barioth. Yeah. I feel like we ranked Barioth a little too early. I mean, Nargokuga is just a really fun fight. We kind of talked about it before. It's what Tobi Kadachi wished he was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is once again he is an iconic monster to Monster Hunter, and I think he is an excellent bleeder. as in
Yeah.
he causes bleed. He does not bleed himself. But
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to say too much of, I'm kind of repeating my arguments, but I think he is really aggressive looking, right? And he is aggressive itself. He's very agile and like of the move, but he's not like um annoying to fight with his agility, right? He kind of jumps
Yeah.
on walls and everything, but he comes back down pretty quickly, and he has projectiles. Not many monsters have projectiles in the way that Nargacuga does it, right? Because I think there's a lot of laser beams in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Nargacuga, or like fireballs, and Nargacuga has like a little more pin missiles.
Quills, yeah.
Fucking dagger
Quills.
quills. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he's a little ninja boy, and I like him. And once again, kind of like we were talking about earlier, I think in World in particular, I don't know if there's anything that makes him stand out. In particular, but unlike the Zenogre, I don't know if I like him as much that he kind of exceeds and beyond what's existing. So
I can
Right.
second
I mean,
that,
he's an
yeah.
A tier, so
if he's still an A tier, still great,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's what he would be higher if I could remember anything from World in particular that highlighted Nargacuga's abilities.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's good. He's a solid one.
Agree.
I agree.
Goated armor.
Yes.
Goated armor sets. Like
Shinobi.
Goated.
design wise. Like
Actual
top-
ninja armor.
actual ninja armor, like best ninja armor I think ever.
And then you throw the Strider scarf. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell
Oh, man.
yeah. I'm with it.
Am I next?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I get Jan Garuga? Can
Let's
I
get
put that
both of-
both of them?
Yeah.
Can I get them at bottom A?
Oops.
Yeah, under Tigrix. Let's get the Ravenous up above it though.
The Scarred.
Scarred. Is it Scarred?
It's Scarred Yangaruga.
Okay. So some games have a different name, but
Ravenous.
I like, so we were talking about like epitome of like a certain monster type, and Jan Garuga is the epitome of the bird wervens, right?
Mm.
Like he has these, he's got poison, he's got fire, he can he does
Fly.
like, he can fly, he does the what is it, the Rathian backflip, but like
Oh,
cool-
that's right. That's
in a
right.
cooler way. He plays dead, which I think is super funny.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like-
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like he's
He-
one of the only monsters aside from another monster from a different game, but he's the only monster in this game that plays dead, like plays asleep, and I think that's unique to him. And I think I like he's like an aggressive monster, but he also likes to run away at the same time because he doesn't necessarily want to fight, but when he does fight, he's super ferocious. Yeah, I like the design of it because I'm a big fan of the bird wervens.
Burp.
I like the burb, right? Small. I like the small frames, and like I think this guy epitomizes the what a bird werven should be.
Plus, I might be wrong, but he's like attack patterns and like are super unpredictable.
That's
right?
what I was
Yes.
trying to remember, because I remember Andy telling me when the Yangaruga was first coming out something about it, and that was the fact, the unpredictability of this monster.
Yeah,
I had
it-
trouble with this monster because
It
I could not like wrap my head around anything it was doing.
so it was one of the few monsters that can bait moves.
Yes.
It would feint moves and do a different move.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember what the fact was, so I was in my head Yangaruga was going lower, but that reminder is like, yeah, this is a goated monster. This is definitely
Yeah.
a goated monster.
Right, because like the whole, like what we learn in Monster Hunter is learning patterns, learning tells, and figuring out when our opportunity to strike is. And this guy kind of chucks that shit out the window.
Yeah.
It forces you to play differently.
As he burns and poisons you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my young Garuga piece.
I don't remember the young Garuga,
Oh man.
but I agree with you guys. I maybe fought him once.
Okay. I
But
think he was added.
You guys make
this
me.
is a Guiding Lands monster for sure.
Yeah,
we
he
only
was not.
found
He
this
was
in-
not a base
Iceborne.
Iceborne monster. No.
So yeah. So if
But
you weren't
I-
joining us in the Grinding Lands, then you probably have never seen this monster.
I was
too
not with
often.
you guys in the grinding lands.
Yeah.
No.
But what I'll say is the way you guys talk about him make me excited to maybe revisit him one day.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with the ranking. I think that's cool. And you wouldn't expect him to be a bird wyvern, considering the Yakuz
Right.
that we got, the Yakuzas.
Mhm.
So yeah, very cool design, right? Cool gimmick. And glad he's back. He's a Monster Hunter 2 monster. That's crazy.
Yep. OG.
Well, no, that's Monster Hunter
Well,
1, but it's OG close to OG as you can get.
Yeah. All right. Josh.
Yep.
Yep.
Who we got left?
How many monsters do we have left? We have
Uh,
4 left.
Okay. I think it's Safi Jiva. Is that right?
Yeah.
Safijivo.
Let's put him in S. Let's
Alright.
one for them above Glavinus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good for now. Yeah, that's probably better for me at least. I was thinking about it, but I was worried that others might fight me back down, but which could still happen. But I think I said this enough times. I really like the raid style bosses. Safijiva is no different. It's a later fight if I remember correctly. And it's like really cool that we showed like the adult form of the Xenojiva and how terrifying like it has the potential to be. Does it start in the old Xenojiva arena, or am I misremembering? Am I getting them mixed up?
I think it doesn't start in the same arena, but it's like the area is generally the same.
Yeah, it's similar enough to evoke
Like
at least.
if you were to like point at a map, it's in the exact same pinpoint, just underground, I guess. Like
Right.
further underground.
Right, and do you go down layers, or is
You
that
go down layers.
Yes, you do
okay?
go down
Perfect.
there.
Okay, right.
There are 3 phases, and each phase you just grab a wing drake and you fly down to the next level.
Yep.
Mhm. It looks like kind of like how the Rathalos and the Kushar Dalar looks like a classic D&D dragon.
Yeah.
This one looks like like if it had 5 heads, it would look like Tiamat in my head.
Oh yeah.
I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 head. It's got the super devastating energy beams, which is becoming synonymous with world. It's another since it's a raid monster. It's pretty big as well.
Dude, you look huge.
I'm blanking on the mechanics, but
Shit.
like you had to
wonder what you did.
like with the behemoth, there were certain
You have
moves
to
that
hide behind rocks.
you had high behind rocks as well.
You look huge.
Thanks. Thank you for that.
And
It was appreciated.
I remember, liking the fight and liking the armor and stuff, and liking the weapons as well. Which were the weapons like? I think I'm wrong, but were they done like the Kulve Toroth?
Yeah.
No, I think they were
No,
set
they were-
weapons. They weren't like
They were-
randoms.
Were they?
If I remember correctly.
We had to build. Oh, you're right. No, yeah, they just upgraded the Safijiva weapon.
The
Okay,
Xenojiva.
Zeno. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was getting it wrong. Okay, but that's it.
So, unlike relic weapons in the Call of Toroth Siege, they have preset stats and names and equal stats on the same weapon type. The only difference being element status effect each weapon carries.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I
So
was
what's raid weapons? Okay.
okay.
So raid weapons, but they're all kind of the same.
Gotcha.
They can be enhanced with special awakened materials dropped during the siege, which enables them to benefit from up to
Yes.
5 awakened abilities at a time.
Ah. Okay. That's ringing a bell. Either way, super cool still.
Safi's super cool. A lot better than the Xeno'jiva. Where did we rank the Xeno'jiva last time?
I think
Okay.
it was
Hey,
decent.
Relatively,
High.
Yeah, it was decently high.
relatively high, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better than that.
And it was.
I want to. I would
Yeah.
push Safi up, but I don't know.
I mean,
I
it's like a Latreon Fatalis tier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it would look better side by side next to him, maybe below the Latreon.
can we push the Shara Ishvalda up then? Just because it was the sort of first, and it was more The Shara Ishvalda was more cinematic, like
Well, it
in
was
my
the end of Iceborne.
right. that's
Yeah,
why I
but
wanna
it takes
push
a
it up.
while to fight.
Yeah.
Like I think it's cool, but it has like that Zora Magdaros effect where it's like you fight it once and then like, okay, I think I get it.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
first time you, like you
yeah.
said, is magical.
Like the first half, like when you rerun it, that first phase is a drag.
Yeah. You kind of want to just get to the end of it,
The actual challenge of the
I
fight.
want to fight the actual Shara.
right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand then. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm okay with putting Nurg above it just to kind of give it some space.
Yeah.
I don't. Is the Safi Jiva fight the one where the Fiver is like that was gnarly Kuga? Is that the fight?
I don't remember that at all.
I don't
That's
remember
something
it,
I do
but
not remember.
if that triggers something in you, I think we
It,
must.
it needs to move
belongs.
up.
Do you guys like? Do you remember in the fight like the ground would like crack and like ooze energy, and you can like throw a pot at it and it would explode? Do you guys remember that in the
I
fight?
do remember that.
Vaguely. Yeah.
Okay, because I think you do that. I want like the guy with the mohawk was like, "Yo, that was gnarly Kuga."
I
Sounds
don't
like
remember that.
Something you would remember.
Well, anyways, that's that's a plus in the fight.
Fair enough.
Bottom low of the Safi siege. Yeah, that's what he says it.
Oh my
Yep,
god.
you got it. You got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's all.
Okay.
That's my last take on that.
Before we move on, where does this monster fall? Where does he
Huh?
fall on the list, Austin?
It's got to be top 50. It's got to be, right?
Oh, sorry, that was a question to me.
Yeah.
So I would like to inform you that Safi Jiva was voted 16th place
Hey.
Yep.
in the 100 Shows the top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
Excellent.
I had to make sure I let you know where my sources are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it my turn?
It is.
It is your turn.
Shrieking Legiana is cool.
Literally.
Shrieky Deaky.
We're separating Barot. I feel like we're separating these from their variants, so I'll just put Shrieking behind Yangaruga. I think it's cooler Legiana. That's it.
Definitely colder Legiana.
It's colder Legiana, cooler Legiana. It's also like more aggressive Legiana, so the fight's a bit more fun, especially for like melee weapons. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just another Legiana, but Legiana is like a cool monster, sick monster. So I'll put him over here in mid A above the other variants of the other monsters.
Out of the Iceborne monsters that got another form, I think this would probably be a second best, or maybe third best. So I think where it's at, it works fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's only under, like, out of the returning monsters that got new forms, it's only under what, Nurg and Basil Geese. So I think that's fine.
Yeah. That's cool. That's it.
Unless you want to count Safi Jiva as a
No,
variant of
No,
the
you
Xeno,
can't.
but
that's not.
It's
'Cause the-
completely different. So
Because the fight itself is also different. So, all
yeah. Okay.
right, cool. You don't have to
All
read
right.
its ranking. I'll spare you. You should read the ranking for this one though.
Okay. The Shrieking Legiana is
Oh.
117th place in the 100 choice for the top monster during Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary.
That's fine.
That-
Am I
that's
next?
almost half, right?
I'm
Austin.
next.
Austin.
So
Oh.
I don't think I have the credentials to comment on Silver Rathalos. So I will go in, and I'm surprised we haven't touched him yet. Velkhana.
It always felt like we were going to
We're
get there
getting there.
eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Velkhana, honestly, S tier monster for me. Let's put him maybe like under under the raid guys. I feel like maybe under Shara or under Rajang.
I would go under Rajang.
Yeah, maybe under Rajang. I like Velkhana. I think he's cool. He's icy, right? And I think what helps is that his arena quest made him a lot more easier to fight. Like
Right.
his original raid isn't too much to stand out, but like as a monster itself, I think Velkhana is pretty cool. He's got icy boy thingies, right?
He's a very
Um,
regal design.
He's a very
Yes.
regal design. He's got that elder dragon look, right? The classic elder dragon look.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. He's a box monster, right? Yeah, I think he's cool. You know, let's see. I just remember grinding him a lot, just personally. So like maybe it's a little more personal that I really wanted Volcano weapons. It has like a icy mode, right? That you
Yeah,
kind of
I
have
think
to.
because I think you grinded it because I think you said you started playing Greatsword during this time,
Yeah.
and its specific ability was when you sheathe your weapon for amount of time, it adds like ice to it.
Yeah.
So that's
Was
why
it
you
ice
were.
or extra damage? I think it was extra damage.
It was
no?
extra damage, but the effect, the visual effect was like it was frosting over your weapon when it was
Yeah.
sheathed.
Yeah. Super sick.
So yeah, that's why I remember like helping you farm the Velkhana because you wanted that specific skill.
So I remember, so just like how you were grinding out that Gold Rathian, this was my grind monster that
This was your purpose.
it was my purpose. It was my motivation. And yeah, I kind of liked it. I remember it had like an armor mode, like the icy mode, that wasn't too annoying, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being too much like it was pretty fun trying to break through it.
It didn't have an
compared
adverse
to-
effect like the other Elder Dragons.
Right. It wasn't adverse. It wasn't frustrating to go through. It was just more like you need to target these areas now, right? So it was kind of
Right.
more of a gameplay thingy. So I like Volcana. So I think he's cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
with Namael's kind of like all over the place. Like Velkhana
lot
is
more
like very
focused.
very focused, and like because of that focus, it looks that much more like amazing.
But
Mhm.
I like that it alters the environment, like to like for platform wise, like you can, like if you're fighting in a total flat area, it'll do a big ice blast, but after that, like the platforms will like clear of like the sharpness, and you can use them to set up like jumping attacks, or whatever.
Mm.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I used to set up little like platforms you can leap off of,
Oh,
like little pillars.
Yeah, I remember that. It helped get your jumping attacks too.
gotcha.
I was
gotcha.
using hammer a lot back then, so I really liked it.
Yep. It was. Yeah. I think it was a pure game. Like it was almost like a mini raid, if anything.
Yeah,
Right?
That's
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 how
accurate,
it's
I think.
introduced in like story too, because you're trying to defend like the gates from Velkhana, so there's like the minigun and stuff like that. So it makes
Yeah.
it seem like a raid because all the other lore hunters are there, watching your back and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's presented in that way to make it seem like a serious threat. So it was pure gameplay, and a gameplay gimmick, and I that just helps it a little bit more.
All right.
Okay, Andy,
Moving on.
take us home.
Well, Along with the Rathalos, I think Roz knows where that should go. Right next to its queen.
Right next to it, right?
Lower
Right
though.
next to it. A little lower. Just because he's a little more annoying because he likes to stay in the air a little bit more. But I like the inclusion of the gold and silver wraths in this game. I love like that grind was so difficult yet super satisfying because once you finally
Yeah.
got those pieces that you needed and you can craft those weapons that you want out of its sets, like so good. And like I believe they had a dual blade that was half Rathian, half Rathalos. So like you had a silver blade and a gold blade that would and it did
Cool.
both fire and poison. It was the sickest.
That's
Like
pretty neat.
that's why I grinded it. Roz had his like weapon he wanted to grind. That was my grind for it. So I thought because of that, I mean, aside from the fact of it being the ultimate Rathalos as well. I mean, aside from maybe Smash Brothers Rathalos, but
No.
That is
aside
not
from that,
the ultimate
Ba,
Rathalos.
ba, 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 ba,
Oh,
ba,
no,
ba,
it's
ba,
not
ba.
the name.
but yeah, I think it's super sick. I wouldn't put it above any of the other monsters above it, but I truly believe that it does belong in an upper tier with the other cool monsters up there.
Yeah, I remember fighting Silver Rathalos, and I don't remember it. I remember not knowing anything it did. So I guess that's what you guys were talking about, the Gold Rathian. I had to kind of like relearn everything I knew about a Rathalos.
Yeah.
So I guess that applied to the Gold Rathian as well. But yeah, I just remember it being like everything you knew about the Rathalos just kind of
Toss.
flipped over and like, hey,
Yeah.
but at the same time very familiar and like it didn't look out of place of what the Rathalos would do.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But because of that, I didn't like it and I didn't want to learn how to fight it.
Yeah.
So I don't have much experience with it. But
Pretty much
that.
same for me. My memory is foggy on the gold and silver, Rathalos and Rathian.
I just remember it pissing me off.
Fair.
I know I
they,
for sure
they
fought
were
them at least once.
yeah,
But
they were definitely like hard fights. So that
Yeah.
that is for sure a fact. They were hard fights.
Mm-hmm.
We did it, guys.
We
We
finished.
did it. We finished.
Fantastic.
Honestly, only one D tier monster
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it feels right.
feels right. We had two D tier monsters previously. It was
Honestly,
the
we could
ZT
probably
and the
just-
Uragon.
we could probably just merge. Probably not.
No, I would
no,
not. I would
no,
not.
no. Let's
It
not.
belongs where it belongs.
Yeah.
No, not the D. No, I was talking about B and
The
C.
D?
Oh, B and C.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
merge my D?
I feel like
Mm.
like B needs to separate some of them.
Yeah.
It heightens up the A and the S's, right?
Yeah.
So
Like, and it
no, this is
doesn't-
good. IceBourne was definitely the thing that brought me back to World, right? And
Well, of
there's a
course.
reason why, right?
Yeah.
Like, I played through World and I kind of dropped off after the story stuff,
Mhm.
and then IceBourne came out and I was like, oh yeah, this is the
it.
game.
We're back.
We're back, boys.
All right. Cool.
I was born.
That's the IceBourne specific monsters on a tier list. Except for
did it.
Dodogama.
Well, Dodo transcends.
Plus,
transcends
yeah.
tiers.
IceBourne monster tier list plus Dodogama. Fantastic. It's great. We didn't hate any of the monsters, so that's cool. It's a plus.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Well, Carl
mean-
Fuke was this
Yeah.
fucking close.
he was really close.
Really close.
Like, if I could put it like in between, like literally right here. Oh shit. Then you know. But all right, cool.
Yeah, we had a handful in the I hate this monster category.
Yeah. Well,
Here's-
it was two lessons.
Two legends,
Two lessons
a fish,
and a fish.
and
And
Luna.
For almost. Yeah, the Lunastra.
Oh, Lunash.
Oh yeah, Luna. I put her there, right?
Yeah.
I put Luna there.
Yeah, and
With no
for
complaints.
three of the four, the main complaint was like invincibility or inability to hurt.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun.
Yeah, just
fights.
not fun.
Yeah, girls just gross. Fucking Reno 911 piss boy.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys, for humoring me. Sorry, Austin, that we killed 30 minutes of your time, then started late.
That's all right.
All right, that's it.
So tired.
Until next time, we'll do
Yeah, well-
Rise.
Uh,
We'll pick. Oh, we don't have to do it like immediately next
oh,
week.
man, I gotta burn through Rise, or I'm not gonna do any of the later
Well, no,
months.
you're on.
Well, you're good
on
through
Sunburn.
Rise.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get
right.
to
I'm
Rise.
like,
Sunburn?
Sunbreak. Sorry, I'm fried right now.
Sunborn.
Sunborn.
Sun.
I'm sunborned.
born from the sun.
I'm
Yeah,
back,
we
man.
just finished the Icebreak tier list.
Yep.
We'll do Sunborn later.
Icebreak sounds pretty good, actually. Like,
Yes.
name wise.
Let's take
Doesn't
icebreakers.
sound- Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Thanks.
Oh no, they're gonna use that against me. I better watch out for poison any mint chocolate chip ice cream I come across.
You want some spit chocolate chip?
Ooh,
Oh my god.
nice.
Okay, I gotta go.
You gotta give him that toy.
Oh God.
I
gotta
gotta
go.
go. I gotta eat all my mint chocolate chip ice cream before he gets to it.
Yeah, don't buy anymore either.
They're all gonna be contaminated.